Headshot photo. Yeah, you know we going up like SpaceX. New Lambo look like a spaceship. You always buy when the price is high, but I only buy when it's low. Every time you buy the price go down, I hop in the rocket and go. I can't take no losses, gotta cut it. If it's running, you know I'm gon' leave it running. So much profit, I feel like I gotta donate. Every day I'm smiling, I use lots of Colgate. Buy low, sell high. Buy low, sell high. Buy low, sell high. We going straight to the moon. Buy low, sell high. Buy low, sell high. Buy low, sell high. We going straight to the moon. I made 1,000%. Fuck the reverse of the deal. I had to take me a risk. That's why I'm living like this. I made 1,000%. Cut the reverse of the deal. I had to take me a risk. That's why I'm living like this. Boost just like backs. Don't risk what you cannot lose. Hey, picking my favorite play on my watch is like picking my favorite food. Hey, don't bother me while I'm trading. Man, that is so irritating. I do not trade with emotion. Lock in like a snapper and focus. I got insurance, I hedge my positions. Get paid it, then if it go down. Ooh, I just gotta leap. 52 weeks. Buy low, sell high, everybody eat. Scanner, one, crazy. Ooh, got my level set. Ooh, call block coming. Ooh, now I can't go back. Ooh, 1 million shares on the penny stock. Get in, get out, I just need a pop. Don't be left holding the bag. Ooh, crypto, coins, and cash. My open interest is high. The Greeks is right. Ooh, I keep going all in, it's working. I am not a certain.
Pack. What's good? Where my dogs at?
What up, FICO?
Let's go.
What up,
Gang? What up,
Pack?
gang?
What up?
What up,
man?
What up? To all of
That's Boss Gang on that track too.
What up?
Hey, Kristen, say hop on the future with her.
Yes, sir.
With him. Kristen.
All right.
What's
my
going
boy
on, family?
All right.
I am your boy FICO Jordan here, just 1/6 of the leadership of Alpha Pack Trading Group. That record that you heard is available on all your DSPs, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon. You want it, you got it. That is the one of the head monsters here, Boss Gang VIP, producer, artist, master trader, master investor, and the other part of his arsenal you're gonna find out tonight. Your hosts tonight, Boss Gang VIP and Investing for Legacy, are about to take your mind to a place that you have never experienced whenever it comes to the world of crypto. The things that you are going to learn here, you are not going to learn in many of the other groups that we all know about. These dudes are master levels here, especially when it comes to NFTs. They are going to show you and give you FOMO about why you need to be moving your assets over there. So without further ado, I'm going to get out the way and let them get to it. Break out a pen, pad. It's being recorded. We live on YouTube. If you want to go there and share the link, make sure that they subscribe so they do not miss any of these. It's the first time this is open to the public. And so, Boss Gang, the floor is yours, my guy.
What's up?
Appreciate it, FICO. Appreciate everyone for being here. Appreciate Legacy being here. We are about to take you someplace special. You are about to learn about things that only the smallest, most exclusive people in the population or in the entire world know anything about. So consider yourself blessed. We are at the forefront of something special. Legacy, before we get started, man, say what's up to the people, man.
Yes, sir. How you doing, everybody? Your boy Legacy here. Tuning in. Appreciate everybody coming out to learn with us tonight. This is definitely a asset class that is, the opportunity cost is way too high not to be paying attention to. This is the first time in history something like this was a possibility. We got to make sure. I would not be able to sleep at night if not being able to being hoarding this secret. You know, the culture is definitely a must when it comes to being a part of this. Is wealth transfer, definitely the greatest wealth transfer in our lifetime. First time in history where the people, I understand that, you hear about big banks and daily getting into crypto, but this is definitely the first time in history where us as the people, where we are at the forefront of the industry. They're following our leads when it comes to this crypto. They've been predicting Bitcoin. They've been predicting Bitcoin dropping to 5,000, 10,000 for years using their standard technical analysis. They don't understand it. They pretty much at a point where they disagree that they don't understand the asset. They can't predict it, and it's beyond them. You know what their normal controls. You know, so we gotta of course they're hopping on the bandwagon now. They won't be left, of course, but this is something that we're leading the way of, and I take it as my personal mission to inform everybody about, to make sure that they're getting a part of. It's the only industry where $1,000 can possibly turn into 6 figures within a couple of years for you, for sure, easy. Even that's being modest. It could be even a lot faster. We know what you're doing. So let's go, Pack family. We won't be left. The Pack won't be left. That's for sure.
Let's get it. Appreciate that. We got a lot of information to get through. We know this is going to be very new for a lot of people, so we're just going to keep it simple. We're going to introduce you into a lot of the possibilities that are available. So make sure you have your pen and pads ready. We're going to give you the names of tons of different wallets, tons of different platforms, tons of different passive income opportunities, tons of NFT resources, crypto coin resources. So, you know, for us to get into each one would take a lot of time. If you have questions, make sure you're joining us in the Alpha Pack crypto trading den, as well as the NFT trading den. Make sure you're following us on social media at Boss Gang VIP, at Investing for Legacy. What I like about Instagram, it is a visual platform, so we are able to post a lot of NFTs and visual educational information on there. That's pretty dope. At this point, Legacy,
yes, sir.
I'm gonna hand it over to you.
All right.
All right. Here we go.
All right, guys.
Floor is yours.
All right, Pack family. I want to start with this quote right here from this man. This guy, Henry Ford. He was a man. He's a thought leader for sure back in his time in many ways. It is well enough that people of the nation do not understand our banking and monetary systems. For if they did, I believe there would be revolution before tomorrow morning. And in a way, if you think about it, it has been revolution. You see George Floyd. You see. It's just been an unorganized revolution. It's been plenty of uproars throughout our society, and the root cause of it has been economically, even if we don't understand it. You know, that little boy, I'm talking to myself, the majority of my life, he does not understand that the fact that that bag of chips that was once 25 cents and now it's costing him $1, and how much that influences his perception on life, his value of time. It makes us think short-sighted. Our currency not, which is essentially where our time is valued with, which is, you know, we're always told you're worth $20 an hour, you're worth $30 an hour. We don't, and that subconsciously makes us not value the future or time as much as we could. We're so short-sighted in the hoods of America. Me for majority of my life included. I'm from Chicago. I can tell you that it's plagued us in many ways, and crypto has made me, one of my quotes that on crypto that I've kind of developed over time is that you come for the profits, but you stay for the movement. Once you understand how powerful and impactful this industry is, how industry world changing it is, it's like you have to be a part of it. I don't care who Satoshi is. A lot of people, you know, go back to that argument like, oh, what, you know, this one person created, y'all giving him so much power. You guys been giving the Rockefellers and everybody else all the power, who've been just abusing the monetary systems forever. The power, no question, and trust me, they haven't been doing it to the full advantage, or they've been doing it to their full advantage, them and their friends. But the people at the bottom, back to inflation, the silent killer, we don't understand how much that is stealing from us. This is how the middle class is disappearing. This is how especially the lower class is also disappearing for sure. A quote that I just tweeted is the poor spend, the middle class save, and the rich invest. They know not to hold on to dollars. I'm actually going to start marketing heavily with my brand is DHD. Don't hold dollars, Pack Family. DHD. That's you're going to start hearing me. That's going to be on every post of mine. Might even come out with some T-shirts about that. But a legacy, when it comes to legacy, investing for legacy, you will be hearing me preach DHD all the time. So that is definitely where my brand is heading. I've just been trying to figure out some branding things right now, but I'm going to turn up this content for you guys. You guys deserve it. I love the culture way too much. And I want to go on to, after, kind of planting the seeds of the mindset of the importance of this industry. And it's the miseducation of it is, I love the stock market. I'm going to always forever be trading options with my brothers and with the pack. But I'm just so much more passionate about crypto because once you understand the impact of it, it's something that the miseducation on it, scammers send money, wire money, and all the FUD information on the misinformation on it is so much nonsense. Is using so much energy when everything else that we've been doing in society already is using triple the energy. It's like so ridiculous. They're literally just trying to scare people from getting into it until it's all bought up by them and and the people. It's ridiculous. So I got to make sure the culture knows what it is, get past these small learning curves. Offer one-on-ones on this topic all the time, but it's just way too important for us not to understand. So it's very important for me. So I want to go into the from that, just to give you a taste of the mindset. Got plenty of other reasons why I'm passionate about it, but just give you a taste of how important this is and how we really cannot be left, but also how we haven't been left. I want to go into that and how early we are. I want to go into important factor that I always preach to everybody is understanding the entire market cap. It's only so much money out there in the world in certain industries, whether it's the artwork, whether it be oil, whether it be so you just understand the entirety, whether it's cryptocurrency, understanding the entirety of where the money is within it is very important, especially when it comes to crypto. So I want to read this quickly to you guys. The entire global cryptocurrency market cap has been growing fast. It's at 2.7, approaching 3 trillion. All-time highs right now, and it's growing fast. He's riding the back of Bitcoin right now. Bitcoin is running so amazingly right now. It's a beautiful asset. The foundation should be the foundation of, I preach to people, once you know what you're doing, you really won't need a bank again. Why would you have your money sitting collecting dust when the bank is actually using our money to make money for them as well in cryptocurrency, even nowadays? But it's always been a stock market. It's always been real estate. So the bank understands we're not holding dollars, but they want to encourage you to hold dollars. This is how backwards this society is and how much they care about the people at the bottom. So we won't go. Hell no, we won't go. That's for sure. DHD people, DHD, don't hold dollars, Pack Fam. Back to the entirety of the crypto market. Again, it's growing fast. My brother FICO shared a visual with me of the update, just to give you an insight. This is kind of old. I was trying to look for something better than this. Hold up, Pack Fam. These numbers are not as accurate as I would like. I don't know where it is. I probably didn't even, I just left actually because it wasn't accurate, but basically it just, it said Bitcoin only had a 2.5 billion, it said Bitcoin only had 2.5 billion market cap by itself. So I know that was very old. Right now, Bitcoin is at by itself individually is at 1.2 trillion dollars by itself. So again, the entire market cap of cryptocurrency is 2.7 currently. So that's all. If you liquidate every cryptocurrency, every crypto coin, every crypto token, if you liquidate it, that's how much is out there. But I want to mention this part when we go on to reading this turtle. I want you guys to pay attention to this. This is CoinGecko.com, something I check daily. But the total cryptocurrency trading value in the last day is $136 billion. Bitcoin has a dominance of 45% of the entire. Ethereum is also worth noting for sure. Bitcoin has was at 47 yesterday, 47% of the entire, pretty much almost 50%. So during, we got to understand the cycles of cryptocurrency. It usually starts with Bitcoin running. It trickles down to Ethereum. Then it goes to NFTs and things of that nature, other subsectors within the of the cryptocurrency. So right now, all the whales are riding Bitcoins back until they feel like it can't run anymore. Then they will go for these degenerate gains, these crazy gains, which is, I'm going to make sure the pack doesn't miss at all, which is these altcoins. This is where you can find something in Cardano. You can find Cardano probably going from, once it's time for them to pump. This is a coin that I'm very heavy in. You can find it going from $2 up to $6, something like that. It's a lot easier I want you to just keep in mind, it's a lot easier for a coin that's $2 to double than it is for Bitcoin to double at 60,000, go from 60 to 120. So, and not only does the price have to double, but you have to think in mind, the market cap has to double. So the market cap right now is at 1.2 trillion. So in order for a Bitcoin, which it will one day go to 100,000 plus, this will have to go to like 2.3 point something trillion. And you have to understand where we are at in the current overall market of cryptocurrency. It's only 2.7 trillion. So it's not likely that everybody will dump all of these other worthwhile assets to put into all into Bitcoin right now. So you just got to kind of understand that Bitcoin typically is around 25 to 30% of the entire market cap. So right now it's up there at 45. But once we start getting it back to see it, we got to pay attention, Pac Family. We got to pay attention to when it starts going below 30, 35. That's when we're that 40. I'm watching daily. So when it starts trickling down to the other altcoins, that's when these crazy life-changing gains will start happening. Within each network, you have to study. It's a difference between tokens and coins. Tokens are like renting real estate. Coins, which are all these big boys that we see, top 50, top 100. Well, actually, not even all of them are coins, because Shiba is a token. Basically, so you just got to do your research. Which ones are coins? Which ones are tokens? Coins have their own blockchain to themselves. It's essentially the difference between renting real estate and owning real estate. You can get very, very rich off of some of these tokens. You pay attention to the Cardano network and a bunch of coins that are within it, and within its network, a bunch of tokens that are within its network. So when Cardano starts to run, those tokens within its network will start to run as well. And that's when you can find something that's 50 cents, less than a penny sometimes, and take it up to still less than a penny, but it'll be 500% gains. We want to be realistic. A lot of people who was cheerleading, but again, we're going back to market cap, family. We were too smart for this. A lot of people who've been on Shiba's bandwagon, wishing that it jumps up to 1 penny. Trust me, I wish it does too, but it's not going to happen anytime soon. We have to understand where it is with its market cap. Where is it at? 14 trillion. I believe at its peak it was about 20 trillion. In its recent market cycle. In order for it to get to a penny, it would have to pretty much liquidate the rest of the crypto market. Would have to sell out what they're doing and go into Shiba, and that's not going to happen. It has to go to like 300 trillion. Like, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I'm not a mathematician, so don't quote me, but we just have to be mindful that when we're rooting on our coins, yeah, we want our coins to, especially these coins less than a penny, yeah, we want them to go to a penny, so we can all be millionaires. We're all doing the math in our heads. I got 300 million shares of Shiba. If it just gets to a penny, yeah, that sounds beautiful. And it may do that one day, but it's not happening anytime soon. So when the entire market cap of crypto is at 10 trillion plus, which is what happened before 2025, I'm guaranteeing you that. Maybe I'm being very conservative when I do that estimate. It can easily happen within the next year, because if you think about it, art is still a $6 trillion overall industry. Artworks, the Basquiat's, the beautiful framed pieces of art at home. But I want you to realize, even you see my profile pictures, NFTs are not only the new way to flex, but I'm just putting it down to the simplest form. It's the newest way to show off your love of art. It's the newest way. And if you're honest with yourself, a lot more people are going to see a piece of art that you own that you're able to display in the metaverse than if you had a Basquiat out inside of your home. It's like pretty much only you and your closest friends are going to see that. You know, if you got a home that has something that valuable in it, most likely only your closest friends are going to get in there. So if you're going to own something that valuable, it's like, why not show it? You know, why not? So it's just so art. It's only a matter of time before artists engulfed with NFTs and that. Let me make sure I'm not missing any questions here. All right, cool. What's up, Vlad, brother? We want to make sure that we are realistic and we understand the entirety of money for sure. That's what I wanted to say. So again, please pay attention to this, Pack Family. I want something I want you to take away here heavy is to make sure that we are paying attention to the overall market cap. We are paying attention to when Bitcoin starts to decline, when it starts to consolidate a bit and the money starts to trickle down to other altcoins. We want to make sure that we are not late to these parties. I would definitely make sure the pack knows. Again, this is the life-changing game. This is when we can find something within a Cardano network that's less than a penny and ride it up to, you know, still less than a penny, but take $1,000, turn it to $50,000 easy, you know. It's beautiful, beautiful. It's powerful industry. We got to make sure that we aren't just, you know, when things like Shibu or Doge make Saturday Night Live, you know, at that point it's way too late. You can literally correlate when the masses hear about things like that on that nature. It's pretty much time for them to leave them as the bag holders. So but we won't be bag holders. This industry is so big and it's growing and there's so many changes. I invite all my pack members to, you know, share the information that they follow and learn about too. Sometimes I can't catch everything for sure, but you know, it's you know, somebody might notice a coin that's about to take off, and you know, get us in there, and if it's long, so it's plenty of these coins. They call them shit coins, but it's plenty of these coins that are less than $1 that actually have real use cases that are real valuable companies. I want an industry that I want us to, that need us to focus on right now, heavy, which is the you know, how NFTs was the last biggest life-changing gains. The next thing in this industry that will, or without a doubt in my mind, will be life-changing gains is the metaverse. The metaverse is it's amazing. It's pretty much Ready Player One is a great movie that I suggest everyone to watch. That entails pretty much all the possibilities that are coming here. It's pretty realistic. It's pretty crazy how it also depicts poverty and how essentially there's no middle class in that movie. They're all poor and they spend most of their time in the metaverse, and that's kind of what's happening in our face as we speak, as we see it, as they print money and tell us not to worry about inflation. It's really a slap in the face. Back to this Henry Ford quote, Pack Family. It's really insulting. If you know what's going on, they act like they're helping, but at the end of the day, it falls on us. I can guarantee that, you know, even if somebody was in this chat pretty much was born wealthy, that you still follow into this category, you know, unless you have some friends at the Fed, you know, and that's the case, we need to, you know, holler at you in private later on, you know. but yeah, Pack Family, this is why I'm so passionate about this industry. It's life changing. We're so early in it. Yes, it will be recorded and on the live stream now. It will be on our YouTube page as well afterwards. So the metaverse, back to the metaverse, Pack Family. So we want to make sure that we are, so like we want this is CoinGecko.com, one of my favorite overall market trackers of the cryptocurrency. You go to categories, you see the smart contracts platforms, you can see gaming, which is what we're talking about essentially right now with the metaverse, NFTs, life-changing so early. So excited about NFTs and being in it this early. Literally, I would say probably about a few 100,000 people have been into NFTs so far. 7 trillion people in the world. so early. It's ridiculous. So much more money is about to come into this industry. So much more money. Let me go back to, let me actually click the category. Let me actually where is gaming? There you go. So early. So early. Veracity is so I mentioned briefly about how some shit coins have real use cases to it. Veracity is one that comes to mind when, especially in the gaming industry. Something I'll be calling out for the Pack family very soon is basically going to be the Twitch of the NFT markets. I mean, of the gaming markets in the future. Main thing about cryptocurrency, one of the root foundations of cryptocurrency is the fact that it's DeFi. Basically, it's no middleman. No middleman in between, like it's always been. No big dog who's who's no more talented than us in the middle, trying to collect their money, just off of our hard work and our labor and our sweat and our ideas and our creativity as a culture. That's the power, or one of the biggest powers of cryptocurrency with this. So with Veracity, for example, and that when I mention that to say, Twitch, they get in, I'm sure, I'm not a gamer, but I'm sure they get a nice percentage of, gamers, that the money that they make on there. But Veracity, when it comes to Veracity, it's not going to be like that. That's not going to be the case at all. They're going to make all the money that themselves that they deserve to make, and that's the power of it. There's no middleman. It's not the banks. That's the reason why banks are, slowly dying. They're not needed. I shouldn't be able, I see that my friend, the internet has bit them in the ass in many ways. I see that my friend in Africa, we've been Facebook friends forever. I see that he's just like me. I see him doing the same TikTok dances as me. We have the same culture. We are the same culture. I should if I decide to start a business with him, I shouldn't have to pay $1,000 on top of, if I want to transfer my business partner some of his profit. I shouldn't have to pay the bank that much money. And more and more people are waking up to this. It's only a matter of time. It's so many more other use cases for crypto. It's ridiculous. It's just the evolution of money. It's the natural evolution of money. I don't care how much power the Rockefellers have, the people at the top who own the private company which is the federal government. I don't really care how much power that they have. They can't fight the people at the end of the day. And the people are waking up and seeing that this is where it's at. Crypto is where it's at. Period. So back to the metaverse. Beautiful industry, growing industry. The next biggest thing, you see many of these coins and gaming still so cheap. Axie Infinity, look at this monster right here. This is kind of like the big dog of the gaming industry. When you see Axie start moving, you can expect other coins to start moving. But I just want to share the last year gains with it. And the funny part of the crazy part of it, this is like literally the snake of the gaming industry. This is like, the game is cool, it's changing people's lives, but this is like what Snake was back in the day. This is like the basic of the basics, but soon, Pack family, GTA, that it's a reason why Grand Theft Auto haven't came out with their latest game. They see where gaming is heading, and they're trying to get it back to, they're trying to get everything, instead of you going around and CJ killing people for fake money, you'll be going around killing people for a token that's built. I don't know what blockchain that they'll build this on, but it'll be tokens within the game that, you report a bank heist, you get a certain amount of tokens, you can convert those tokens into real coins, real money, basically. So just like how Axie Infinity has a coin here, it'll be a GTA coin one day. So that'll start off at a certain price. Of course, I'm going all in. I'm a big I love GTA. That's crazy. I'm gonna be back. I'll be back playing games too when we making money on the Xbox and PS2 and stuff, PS5 and stuff like that. So so you're back to Axie Infinity, the snake version of where we had. This is like the basic of the basic. But man, back in January of this year, I don't even have to go a whole back year. It's 50 cents. Now it's up to $150. Crazy. It's like, no, at its high, it was 135. Crazy. As some degenerate games, imagine getting in putting $20 at this point. It's like you put $1,000. I heard I posted something in the pack. You put $1,000 when it was a year ago in this, so it turned into $850,000, something around there. But some crazy gains within a year for sure. It's crazy. It's life changing for sure. So gaming metaverse is the next wave for sure that I do not want us to miss at all, Pack family. To further cement that what I'm talking about and how it's going, this is crazy. This guy is rebranding the whole company. Mark Zuckerberg, I'm sure we heard about it in the pack. I know we know about it in the pack, but I know we possibly have some guests today. But rebranding the whole company is a household name like Facebook is really rebranding its whole company. I think he's calling it The Verge now, right? Is that that's what it's called, right, guys? Make sure that's what he's trying to change it to, right? No, I just care about the metaverse aspect. I really don't care what he calls it. I don't care what he calls it, but it's crazy that he's willing to rebrand his whole business, something as big as hold to in July. He told The Verge, no. What is he? I don't know what he's trying to call it. If anybody knows what he's trying to rename Facebook to, let me know, please. But all I care is that he's rebranding it mainly based off what he sees coming with the metaverse. He's trying to make this known as a metaverse company. He's trying to be, just instead of people hanging out. We already hang out online, but this is basically us hanging out in a physical, digital way online, basically, if that makes sense. Please, anybody got any questions so far? Please let me know. Anybody understanding what I'm saying? And input is definitely encouraged, and I want to make sure I'm not leaving anybody. I want to make sure that people understand the importance of what I'm saying. All right. Okay. Looks like it. Something that's a metric that I definitely wanted to share with you guys too is Google searches. This guy Rizzo, Bitcoin. It's a metaverse where you can purchase digital. Yeah, certainly, Brandon. That is definitely some companies like Super World. They focus only on the real estate aspect of it, but even NFTs like Moon Boys, the ones that I call out within the pack. You go to NFT channel; those are another version of the metaverse because essentially you'll be able to walk around as that character. Most NFTs are advertised that ability in the future. Some of these, and be careful though. And if some of these NFTs are some pump and dumps, they like run. A lot of these teams are anonymous, so they can easily run up a few million by dropping a collection of NFTs and just disappear. So you want to really, I'm going to go into a little bit more of that later when we talk about NFTs, but you want to make sure you get into a project with some real. Very bullish on Sandbox. I actually made that call out on their token. They have a token. Let's go back to Sandbox. Their token is called Sand, but around 75 cents, I called it out into the pack. That thing, I'm expecting it to go to $100 plus within the next years. They're very innovative with the way they advertise. I love how they're connecting with the culture, with Snoop Dogg, creating parties within it already. So they understand how important the culture is within the future of it. We always been the trendsetters, and so it's only right that we are in the forefront of where the world is heading. But yeah, Sandbox, I'm expecting to do some amazing things over the next year. I'm adding to my position on the regular, throwing the $20-$30 here and there whenever I'm bored, literally. But just building my position, over time. That's how I advise my pack family to do so as well. Of course, if money really isn't a thing for you, it's okay to just throw $30,000 into it on the side. Right now I'm trying to use all my money to invest for legacy right now. So between, Airbnb, between all these other coins that I see popping right now, even in between option trading, I'm trying to use my currency really to build wealth right now. But if I had like 10,000 just to send to the side and not even think about for the next year, it definitely will go into something like this for sure. Definitely big bullish on Sand for sure. Thank you, Rudy. I appreciate that. All right, guys. Back to Facebook rebranding. Back to this metric I wanted to share with you guys. We even in this current bull run, we are very early in it. Still not. I see Bitcoin possibly topping off around 100K plus. But be careful. It seems like those round 10,000 figures seem to be like hiccups or support and resistance for Bitcoin. So whether it's 60,000, whether it's 80,000, so it could definitely get caught up around those as well. So 50,000, I know, was a rough one for it to get over. But back to this metric, Google searches. People search Bitcoin on Google. It definitely correlates to when we're seeing our highs within the market. Right now, this was at its last peak, at its last all-time high. We're currently running at all-time highs right now. I'm sure we all know that, but in case we don't, it's currently running at all-time highs right now. At 65, around 64, 8 or something like that was the last previous all-time high. So it's making new all-time highs as we speak. But yeah, the Google searches for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, they correlate when we add it. So right now, the FOMO buyers still haven't really even hopped in yet. So I expect Bitcoin to keep running for sure. Me personally, how Bitcoin, it usually is the foundation of my it was for majority of my crypto investing. But in Ethereum is more so now. It's not because I don't believe in Bitcoin at all. I definitely do, but I just really care about those better gains. Those want to be more strategic. So basically, if I turn 1,000 into 50,000, I would play that. I would put a lot of that back into Bitcoin and Ethereum, which is kind of like my foundation pieces, but more so Ethereum, because I see that going to 20,000 within the next year. And again, it's a lot harder for Bitcoin to grow that fast. It's only a certain amount of market cap, yeah. So that's the foundation. But at the same time, these type of gains that you see in the top 25, the top 50 coins and get coins and into their networks is really the type of games that really make my mouth water for sure. So want us to be mindful of that too. A lot of people, that's been in crypto, and I mean, I understand if you've been in Bitcoin since it's been less than $1 or less than $100, and how that they only trade Bitcoin, they only care about Bitcoin. It's great, but we weren't that early, unfortunately. So we want to make sure that we see those type of gains within the same time period. Within 10 years, we should all easily be close to the hundreds of millions if we play our money right, and yeah, it's crazy the type of money that can be made. So we see just our Google Analytics and how it hasn't been researched. It Googled to its peak right now. I know that this market is not over yet, for sure. I want to share that matrix. We know about Facebook rebranding. That's nuts. Rebranding the whole image, the whole brand. It's crazy. Any questions before I want us to go into NFTs a bit more, which is again touching on gaming and touching on the metaverse. Is just that is basically a subsector within the crypto market for sure. You need cryptocurrency to buy NFTs. They go hand in hand. So right now, the crypto market is taking a dive. It's a site that I like to use, done.xyz on stats when it comes to the crypto to NFTs. This is OpenSea, the leader right now of pretty much of crypto of NFT market. The leading NFT marketplace. We can see at its highs, it was all the way up here back. What was that? When was this? August, back in August, right before September. We see that it reached its peak though. The industry had was 322 trillion at its peak. And again, I think it's been only less than a few 100,000 people that's been brave enough to invest in this industry so early. But Pac Fam, I want you guys to think of this other fact. Coinbase coming out with their NFT wallet. And man, let me see if I can find out But last time I seen their NFT, last time I seen, I think they had about 3 million people signed up for their NFT platform already. It's ridiculous. 68. But yeah, this is what I want to share. It's 68+ million people coming that's already on this platform. We are so early. I'm so excited for this to happen in the NFT market. Again, I think only a few 100,000 people has been into this industry. Yeah, Rudy, we go definitely touch. I'm gonna let Boss Gang touch on the wallets for sure. He's gonna hit up on the wallets soon. I want to just talk about the psychology and the current state of the overall market, and then also NFTs a bit. Then I'll let Boss Gang talk about the wallets for sure. But yeah, this is the exciting part for sure. Also, while you're in the Pack family, please check out the NFT channel. I have a NFT cheat sheet list as pinned to the channel, but it's a cheat sheet, basically a bunch of resources that I have found. It wasn't easy either. A lot of these websites are still on the DL, the down low. You won't be able to find them even with Googling them. But yeah, you'll be a lot of resources that I found inside of the NFT market that I have shared with the Pack family inside that channel. So please check that out. But this is so exciting, just the amount of people that's coming before the end of the year within the market. So yeah, that's all the experts that I follow and watch. They expect the Bitcoin to keep running. Then it's going to trickle down to the altcoins towards the end of the year. They've been expecting around November for that to start to happening. Then they're expecting NFTs to end this holiday season off with a big bang. You know, literally people buying. When I say NFTs ending with a big bang, I mean people buying something for $400 and it being worth 20, 30,000 within 2 weeks type stuff. You know, that's the power of this NFT market. That's definitely the power of the NFT market. And then with all these people joining, there's so much more money, so much more people who already get money in their bank accounts, looking to make more money, joining. So many FOMO buyers, so many people late to the party. Not even late, they still ordered early, which is the crazy part. Ridiculous. What else did I want to touch on? Some more websites. The website that compares market caps current is pretty accurate. So I like them. Gold is at 11 trillion, and it's only a matter of time before we pass this dinosaur of an asset up. No disrespect to my brother Boss Gang. He's a diversified brother. He has precious metals for sure, but the way that this thing, he's just that type. He likes being in every. He likes being an octopus when it comes to investing. His works for him. He's a beast at it. Follow that brother if you haven't, especially social media. But gold is a dinosaur of an asset compared to cryptocurrency. If you compare the gains that it's had over the last year, 2 years, 3 years compared to crypto, it's pretty embarrassing. It's pretty much been standing still compared to crypto. But look at the market cap. It's 11 trillion. Again, but look at the market cap of cryptocurrency. It's 2.75 trillion. So early. This thing is, I can show you $1 billion worth of gold, and with the USB drive, I can show you $1 billion worth of gold when it comes to physical gold, big, inconvenient. You can't just move it discreetly. You have to have a whole armory. You've seen plenty of movies where big banks have to move gold. And it's, people, it's heist behind it. People see, it's all type of, it's not, you can't move it discreet. It's inconvenient in many ways. So, but $1 billion worth of Bitcoin, I could just put in USB drive. It's crazy. And a small wallet or something like that is a lot more convenient. People see this, they see the inconvenience of other assets like this. It's only a matter of time before Bitcoin and the entire crypto market overtakes gold, without a doubt. Without a doubt. I wanted to see what else I want to share with you, brothers, you guys, brothers and sisters, you Queen Wolves. I googled this. I think it could be more, because another thing we value within cryptocurrency is our privacy. you can, especially people who's been in it early, but they say we only created 12 billionaires so far, crypto billionaires within the industry. I really think it's more. And it's even the gains that Elon, I don't even think we know how rich Elon is off the Doge pump that he has. Like, it's like it's hard to keep track of the gains, especially if he's keeping his money in wallets, you know, like trust wallets, like Boss Gang is going to go into the wallets, but you don't even have to put your name when you sign up for these wallets. We value privacy in the cryptocurrency, which is rightfully so. Yeah, so I think it's a lot more than this, if you ask me. But I just, again, it's another metric that's showing me how early we are. You know, it's going to be a lot more billionaires created in this industry easily in the next 5 years for sure. All right, Pack Family, I don't want to take too much of your time. If you got any questions for me specifically, NFTs, I'm very big, especially about NFTs. It's kind of a higher level. You know, it's not the beginning level where I like to start people at who just started in crypto, but it's still something that that's just a must. The crypto NFTs and Metaverse, it's a must for you to know right now, Pack Family. I'm gonna be preaching that. I won't let you guys forget that. It's life-changing games about to happen in this industry. It's crazy. So I will not let. Thank you, brother. Thank you, sister, Pack Queen. That's what she said. I appreciate that jersey. We got some merch coming for you guys very, very soon too, in the pack, very soon. So I'm excited to share that with you guys. Yeah, this NFTs and Metaverse, guys. Do not be left. This is where and also this altcoin season. So I let Boss Gang take it from here, brother. They got some questions about wallets. Take it over, brother. Boss Gang, you there?
Definitely appreciate you, Legacy, putting us up on all this game. Man, it's just so much to learn. So we're going to keep this moving. I am going to share my screen. I'm going to move really, really fast. What I'm going to need you guys to do is have your pen and pad ready. I'm sure you're going to have a million questions, and of course we won't be able to get to them, but we are going to give you the resources and the things that you need to know to get started, and some basic information that everybody getting into crypto should have. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. First thing, write down Coinbase.com. If you're not familiar with Coinbase.com, you should be. It is now registered on the stock exchange. It
also,
is
Boss Gang, brother.
SEC.
I want to make sure I was clear because I know it's I wasn't really clear on what NFTs are. When I think about it, does anybody feel like I didn't explain what NFTs are exactly and the metaverse? I can elaborate a bit more on that because I'm taking little notes from my brothers as I'm speaking. I know this is an industry I'm passionate about. I could be all over the place. So I just want to make sure that I explain things properly to you guys. It's too important for you guys not to know. Boss Gang, if you feel like I can elaborate more, please let me know, brother. But I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Definitely explain what NFTs actually are and why they're important, and how did this all get started, and what are some of the use cases, utilities for it?
Yes. So NFTs, they can be anything from an album, a project. They can be anything from artwork, just artwork by itself. They can be charity causes. They can be. I even explained to my barber how he can use NFTs with his most loyal clients. Is essentially it can be as basic as a JPEG, but when you mint in an NFT is when you basically submit it on a blockchain, and that's what gives it value. That's what when items are on a blockchain, they're essentially always going to be there, and they can't be deleted. And that record is always going to be there. Think of blockchains like an online ledger, like an online big Excel sheet, essentially. You can once you see that this item was owned by somebody such and such, then you can you can then you that like if you see something that Steph Curry owned it, or somebody who or Shaq owned something a piece of art or Bored Ape at one point, that that makes that item a lot more interesting. This is essentially, and some versions of NFTs are basically the modern day Pokemon cards, and you can look at them like that. We have been having collectibles as a humanity forever. Even it's been humanity's they had like again they've been collecting things forever. So this is just the latest version of the coolest version ever. Again, I go back to my example of how somebody owning a Basquiat in their home, they won't be able to show that off, but they own of a famous NFT artist has dropped some one-of-one exclusives, and which is happening now. That's worth $20 million, $30 million. I can see that art piece all the time in his metaverse in his own personal home gallery, as long as he's letting people in, of course. But NFTs, yes, they are another way for us as the people to take control of our creativity and to own our creativity. We don't need a big, as an artist, you won't need a big art gallery to say that you're important. If you have a small following already that can grow when you create your collections, there's ways to make them increase in value over time. The profile picture, PFP collection, NFTs within industry within it. Within industry NFTs, you can say NFTs have subsectors as well too. Art being one, profile pictures being one. Some of these, they generate income. They have plenty of utilities to them to make you valuable and make you grow over time. Some of them generate income for you. The best example of that is the cybercoins. They make their holders 200 and I don't know, it's crazy amount of coins. They have a token within the network, so they mine their token, their holders 10 tokens each, and their token at peak I think was at $140 each. So that's $1,000 plus a day that they were making their holders. It's some crazy games that's happening in these NFTs. They some NFTs have crazy use cases like as far as not only passive income, but just making them funner over time. One of my favorite NFTs that I'm in right now is the Mars Cat Club. I can show my screen too. Let me share my screen too, brother. Sorry to interrupt you where you were at and not finishing what I was doing. But Mars Cats Club is one of my favorite NFTs. Discord is huge when it comes to NFTs, so you definitely want to get on Discord to just get a feel for the communities. But this won't be a deep dives in NFTs. I just want to give you guys a taste and an understanding of NFTs. Very important, too important not to. But this industry, one of my favorite NFTs that I'm a part of for sure. They drop roadmaps and how we're growing together as a community. They bought up some virtual real estate, which is essentially called Mars, what we're calling Mars, and what we're heading to as a community. They make plenty of cool things, like they drop these space suits for our Mars. So they drop these space suits for, let me see, like these for the holders, just to make them better, just to make them more valuable, and that basically increase the value of the if you got a spacesuit by $1,000. And just cool things like this, they getting more and more influencers behind it, and inside of the brand that's helping the brand grow as well. It's just cool communities to be a part of, and they make them more valuable in many creative ways over time. Think about how your favorite artist can do something like this. Tory Lanez, I respected him for being one of the first rappers to bring it to people's attention, but he did not do it right, and he's not the person to really bring it to its full potential, trust me. But imagine like somebody like Drake dropping an NFT, only 10,000, and basically the first 1,000 that buy, if he, whatever concert, if you can go to any concert where he's at in the world. If you're in that city, you can just show up and show that NFT, and you'll be allowed access. Think of this: the first 5,000 that buy, they get free merch for the latest project. It's all type of creative ways that this thing is going to be popping off for sure. We're just at the iceberg of it. It's trust me, once these artists, I'm actually considering right now working with artists. I have some friends in the music industry within Chicago, linking up with them and creating some incentive, basically a company to where we brand NFT projects for artists who really don't understand the industry, so they can leverage their name and the power of their name themselves for sure. So NFTs, that's essentially what it is. I hope I explained it well and the power of them. And in the future, they won't even be called NFTs. It'd be something more marketable if you ask me. That's when you can go to McDonald's and just get an NFT in your Happy Meal or something like that. You know, something along the lines. Think of the Pokemon Go game. Something like that. But you'll be seeing the digital world. The metaverse is only gonna keep growing. They're dropping the digital glasses. Soon you'll walk outside, see people's NFTs. You'll see people who own digital real estate, which is for sale now. Advertising on their Apple just renting out my space, for example. I own the space by the highway here in Chicago. They just rented out that space to advertise their latest drops, one of their latest products, basically with me. And they see I have the prime real estate. So they do that. So yeah, so that's the metaverse is going to that way, in that direction. It's like literally it's going to be in front of us, not only in the laptop, but in the real world as well too. So that's the power and how early we are in this industry. Plenty of glasses are being worked on by Snapchat. I know is one, Facebook is another. Microsoft, is plenty of companies working on this technology right now as we speak. And it's exciting how early we are. So just got in Ray-Ban too. Yes, sir. Yep. They just dropped a basic version. We capture stories. Like those are for sale now. You capture stories off your glasses. They look pretty cool too. They're not that expensive either. I might grab a pair, especially when I start upping my content. So yeah, you can just be connected to the digital, and basically social media is the digital world. We already been in the digital world, but it's only gonna get cooler, pack time. So that's what the metaverse is. That's what NFTs are. It's exciting. It's fun. It's actually made me feel like a big kid again in a lot of ways, for sure. It's an exciting asset, and that is definitely something that a good metric to tell that industry is going to keep growing. If it's exciting, if it's fun to do, others are going to feel the same way for sure. So I definitely wanted to make sure I clarified a bit more about the NFTs. Please let me know if I should elaborate on anything else you believe, brother, before I let you take over, Boss Gang.
Absolutely appreciate that. And then I'll also give a little bit insight into this as well going forward. I know you talk about a lot of the reasons why we shouldn't hold cash, but just to give somebody some practicality into why crypto will be so important in the future is because it's a limited supply. So as you mentioned, there's a lot of FUD. FUD stands for fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and you'll definitely hear that term a lot. So you'll hear big companies acquiring crypto assets, like Visa acquiring a CryptoPunk, or McDonald's and Starbucks saying that they will accept your cryptocurrency. You can actually use cryptocurrency to purchase precious metals from APMEX and JM Bullion. You can use it to shop at many places. You got to ask yourself, if it's not real, if it's not something legit, why are all these people willing to accept it? What we have to understand is crypto is an asset. This is monopoly here, and what we want to do is accumulate the asset. We can't look at the asset in the terms of fiat currency, because we know fiat currency is a depreciating asset. So the amount that you actually spend on it will be irrelevant in the future. The $1,000 that you spend in fiat currency on $1,000 worth of crypto today will be negligent in the future. So when you look at crypto, you just simply buy it, you hold it, you don't worry about the actual fiat value, because you're actually buying a totally different currency. So you can't look at it in the terms of fiat currency. So
Boss
just getting
Gang,
started going into these wallets,
you mentioned
sorry,
scarcity,
go ahead.
brother. You mentioned
Sorry,
scarcity,
no, go
and
ahead.
an example of how I like to express to people how important scarcity is and how we value it as a society and as humanity's value scarcity, which is definitely the opposite of the dollar right now because they print it like there's no tomorrow. But scarcity, imagine yourself in a desert, about to die from thirst, pocket full of money. I can charge you literally $10,000 for that a bottle of water just because there's no other options around. That should show you how we value how much we value scarcity as a society, as humanity. And you can admit that, like, yeah, hell yeah, if I got the money on me right now, like that's all I got. Yes, I will. Scarcity is very, very valuable. And that's why it's never going to be any more than 21 million Bitcoin. It's never going to be any more certain of these coins. So we are so early. And yeah, I just want to add to that scarcity comment that he made for sure.
Absolutely appreciate that. So let's get into these platforms and wallets. Coinbase, we should all be familiar with Coinbase, is where I started, registered on the stock exchange right now. This is not an actual wallet, it's simply a platform. The difference between a platform and a wallet is a wallet will require a passphrase. Usually it's between 12 and 15 different words. You are going to have to save that. If you don't save that, no one else has access to your wallets. Coinbase is a good resource to get started. Why? Because without having any money in your bank account, someone could go onto coinbase.com after the call and probably walk away with maybe $20, $30 worth of coins. So just that little tip, if you haven't already done that, you can definitely go on coinbase.com. You can go to the learn section and you can actually take classes. They will give you free coins. Those coins are equivalent to cash, and you can transfer those for or exchange those coins for the coin of your choice. So many people have that. I have a Coinbase card that I use that I receive cash back from about 4% per transaction that I make on every single purchase. So this is something definitely to get you started. You can actually start out today and put some money in your pocket by signing up with Coinbase. What I want to get into next is Metamask. Metamask is pretty much the Ethereum default wallet that people use. You're going to need this wallet to connect to many of the NFT projects that you're going to want to get into, and I'll explain those a little bit later. But MetaMask wallet is one you are going to want to download. They do have an app. They have a Google Chrome extension that you're going to want to download as well. So definitely MetaMask is one you want to look into. The next one you're going to want to look into is Trust Wallet. Trust Wallet has an app. Trust Wallet requires a passphrase, and you're going to want to keep track of that just like the rest of your passphrases. You can buy multiple different coins. It has a DApp browser. DApp, it just simply stands for decentralized apps. There are a actual marketplace for those. You can actually view some of your assets like NFTs. You can stake. I bought BNB coin and I was able to stake it and gain anywhere from 13 to 27% interest. Simply for just holding my money on the wallet without any extra work. So it's pretty much like a dividend on steroids. It requires no work. It doesn't require me to monitor it. I tell people it's free money. Another one you're going to look at, crypto.com. They offer a card as well. If you purchase crypto on here, there will be no fees of any kind for your first 30 days. It does require a passphrase as well. And they do have their own wallet. So you're definitely going to want to look in that one. The reason, and I'll get into this, a lot of people say, why do I need so many different wallets? A lot of different wallets have many different uses. In my case, I use crypto.com to transfer Helium coins, which is a different kind of coin. And this is one of the easiest places that allows me to make a profit from those coins. Another exchange that you're going to check into, Coolcoin. Again, you need a passphrase as well. Some people say they don't have a passphrase. If you don't have the passphrase, you're going to need to create it. Sometimes people will let you get in without having a passphrase, but you're definitely going to need to create it if you haven't. This one allows you to trade futures. They have bots that will trade for you. They have dollar cost averaging. They have raffles. They have a lot of good things on here. Literally, you could, put however much money you wanted in the market, and it would take care of everything for you. There's been a lot of news about Bitcoin ETFs, and all they currently have right now are Bitcoin futures. There are no options that will actually let you trade cryptocurrency as an ETF, but Coolcoin already has that. So if you go into Coolcoin, they have little sets of coins that you can trade together. So for instance, you can have one ETF that contains CRO coin, which is crypto.com coin, Coolcoin, and BNB, just multiple platform coins. So you can actually set up your own ETF, and you can actually have the bots distribute out the pay in any different percentages that you wanted. So again, why would you need something that's going to be regulated by the SEC when you can just literally go ahead and create your own crypto ETF? Let's get into a few things we talked about earlier. Sandbox Metaverse. This is a platform that a lot of NFT projects are into, and they're actually buying virtual land inside the Sandbox meta world. So all these different NFT projects are going to actually have land. It's going to be pretty cool. There's concerts that they're going to have. There's all these communities, and then Sandbox is one of the major places where people are going to be able to hang out. They'll be able to create stores. You'll be able to go in here, maybe walk inside of a Nike store in the virtual world, and have a pair of Nikes delivered to your front door, probably by a drone or something by that time. So Sandbox, that's something you're definitely going to want to keep an eye on. The biggest NFT marketplace in the world is OpenSea. And just by definition, what are NFTs? If you don't know, you're going to write this down. Non-fungible tokens. And what these non-fungible tokens do, they establish proof of ownership. So you'll hear some people who don't understand NFTs and the way they work. They'll say, oh, I'll go ahead and I'll take a screenshot of a picture. Even though you take a screenshot of the picture or the asset, that doesn't mean that you actually own the asset. And of course, Twitter is actually coming out with a service where they're going to allow people to use their NFTs as profile pictures and connect their wallets to actually have their NFTs verified. So our presence in the world that we live in will no longer just be a physical world. It will be a digital world that we're living in. So we're living in a world where things are going to be augmented reality. Fox has a television show that is trying to find the world's first big time digital performer, if you're familiar with that show. So NFTs, the proof of ownership aspect is the biggest aspect of it. Each NFT is an actual asset itself. So we have to look beyond the physical or the digital artwork that we may see. And here's how this works. I'll compare it to if you have an iPhone, a cell phone, and your cell phone has an icon on the phone. Well, you can switch that icon to whatever you want to switch it to. But when you press the button on that icon, whatever the function is, whatever the coding behind that icon is what's going to cause the utility to take place. So the same thing with the NFTs, even if you replace the art, the utility, the tokens, the Ethereum coins, or whatever the platform is behind it is what the utilities are. And with a lot of these assets, just like we can stake our coins, we'll be able to stake our NFTs. What does staking mean? Staking simply means we're helping to provide liquidity. So in order for us to make transactions on the blockchain, we're going to need liquidity. In the stock market as we know it, the people who create the liquidity for us to trade stocks and our options are called market makers. And the market makers are the people who have already agreed ahead of time to buy or sell certain stocks at certain prices, because at some point, if people all decided to go to a standstill, then we wouldn't have any market as we know it today. So in the crypto market, staking is what we use to provide liquidity. So when you see people buying NFTs for $69 million, you can't look at it as just a piece of art. It is an absolute asset that has a value that is transferable, that is established of being yours and something that you own. So Legacy mentioned many ways to find NFT projects, and I just really want to go through this pretty quickly, as there's so much to get into. CNFT, Cardano has an NFT platform called CNFT, and you can definitely check that out if you're interested in Cardano NFTs. So this is another place. Cardano NFTs are going to be pretty big in the future. I'm a big Ethereum NFT person just because it's the most established, and I believe it holds the most value, and holds the most status. Sometimes when things are more expensive, they have more value, right? People value them more. It may not be a real life value, but it's a Q score value. It's something that makes people feel good. If the people like it, that's what counts. Another platform that I'm on, Wax Wallet, they have their actual own token. They have NFTs. I actually use a game on here called Our Planet to create passive income. So this is something you're going to want to check out for sure. That's Wax Wallet. You actually can stake assets on it. Let me go back to it. You actually can stake assets on here. And you actually get paid a dividend for staking assets on here as well. They have deals with Tops and different companies. You can buy the virtual trading cards, which is pretty cool. There's a lot on there, so definitely go check that out and see if you find anything you like. There's actually a soccer game that they have called So Rare, and you actually purchase these different NFTs. The characters all have a certain value, so it's just like picking players on DraftKings or something like that. These are Ethereum based, so as the players perform well, the value of the actual assets will increase. With this, you could actually invest, and if you pick the right team and things go your way, you can actually get your investment back on this within about 40 weeks. So that's something, if you're into soccer and you got some skills, that's something you can check out to produce some passive income. Legacy mentioned Axie Infinity. This is one of the biggest games around, or the biggest game around. So he mentioned that. And again, you can battle, collect, and earn. This is another way to make passive income in the crypto space. Another platform, let me get to Coin, BNB, Binance Coin. This doesn't work for some people, it works for others. For the people it doesn't work with, sometimes you have to use a VPN. So different states have different rules regarding crypto and the platforms you can use. So Binance might work for some people to get BNB coin, or just different cryptocurrencies that they might want. Superworld app. This is digital real estate, augmented reality. I actually own the virtual Los Angeles Convention Center. They have a phone number up top. You can call these people, talk to them on the phone the same way you can talk to a normal real estate agent. They have plots of land.
Are you sharing your screen, brother? I just see you. I don't know if you're going through.
Oh, my screen has not been sharing the entire time.
No.
Oh my goodness. All right, cool. Can people see my screen?
Yep.
All right, cool. So this is Super World right here. The virtual Los Angeles Convention Center. You are actually going to be able to see Super World in action during the Super Bowl this year at SoFi Stadium. If you watch some of these football games, you've seen the different animals that they've had in augmented reality. So this is the future, the world as we know it. So when we watch people play video games won't actually be inside apps or on TV screens. They'll actually take place in front of you, like holograms that are coming out. So you'll see characters and robots and different things fighting each other live in front of you. You'll see characters running and jumping off the top of buildings and whatnot. So yeah, we'll have open fields and a lot of this action taking place is going to be pretty dope. Just because my screen wasn't sharing, I'm going to run through these to get these on screen. Of course, we got Metamask, Coinbase, Trust Wallet, Coolcoin, Crypto.com, the Sandbox, OpenSea.io, CNFT.io, WaxWallet.io, SoRare.com, AxieInfinity.com. We have SuperWorldApp.com, Binance.com or Binance.us. One of the ways I'm able to produce passive income is through Helium Mining. Helium Mining is a network that attempts to have everyone connected through wireless hotspots. So right now, every time we connect, we have to send expensive satellites into space. It requires a lot of energy, a lot of manpower, and it's not as green as it could be. So what we want to do is take advantage of an old technology and just radio signals and have a local connected network everywhere you go. So from dog tags or even to know when certain batteries might be out, or to have monitors for the lights or different things like that to monitor crime in the area. So you'll never actually have to rely on the current internet providers and the different restrictions that they put on us as we currently know them. So everything in this world is becoming decentralized, and the people who are able to take advantage of that are able to make money by participating in the process. One of the processes you can participate in is mining. The helium miners have been difficult to get, but I want people to understand we are at the beginning of this process. We're at the beginning of this process. So you're going to want to keep an eye on these things because they're going to come out with new processes. They're going to come out with new opportunities. And then you want to be there is to take advantage of these opportunities. As soon as they take place, they have 5G coming, which is pretty dope as well. So you can get on the wait list for that. A couple resources I want to get to on Instagram, NFT. This is a Mark Cuban company. For people who know Mark Cuban is, this keeps you up to date on a lot of cool things that are happening on NFT. If anybody who follows me, you'll see that I post a lot of stories that they post on their page. So definitely a lot of people keep track of that one. Another cool one, NFT Club, they come out with a lot of the cool new projects. So I find a lot of stuff on here that I like. I don't know if they're having some issues with the page, but NFT Club is pretty dope. And the last one with Foundation, as you can see, NFT Club, OpenSea, Swan Kenzo, he's the founder of Moon Boys. Everybody pretty much follows this page who's in the know about NFTs. They keep a lot of information. There's a lot of high class art here. You see they have the TED Talks that take place. So these pages, they have a lot of events and whatnot going on. So with Foundation is a page you're definitely going to want to follow. So let me see if there's anybody has any questions. right now. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Well, if nobody has any questions, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. But I want to make everybody's following us. If you have any questions, make the best cold wallet. I don't know what the best current one is, so I don't want to give you the wrong answer. Hold on, I didn't know you're muted. Let me see. You're muted. So you're muted. Oh, you lost connection. Okay. Let me see if I can find you. Okay. See, let me know. So are you
Okay.
unmuted?
Yes, sir. I
Mhm.
just want to make sure I say bye to everybody too.
Okay,
When
cool.
it's time.
Cool. So where you,
I don't know why I muted me again. I guess I ain't quite co-host, but yeah, are we saying bye now, or is there some questions that you were asking, or is anybody asking any questions? So when you buy land in Super World, you know, and any future thing, you'll be the man to ask about that. Future World, you see that question?
Yeah, actually, yeah. So for sure, when you buy land in Super World, you own it for any future things that you want to come. Yeah. So I didn't actually get into it too much, but yeah, it's augmented reality. So you can actually go on the website and you can see little things that people have done with the property. And what's so crazy about Super World, if you actually talk to them, they'll work with you to help you establish a way for your property to become more valuable. So the team, they'll send you emails, they'll actually reach out to you to help you become as successful as you can be. Because of course, the more successful the individual owners are, the greater success the project has, which is really, really dope. Like I said, you can call them on the phone and they'll actually work with you and the developers to help you create some value for your property. Yeah. So a lot of people, you know, you'll find spaces in your area. You can buy them anywhere. You can buy them anywhere you want. They call it zero point 0.1 Ethereum, so it's not a fiat dollar amount. So zero point 0.1 Ethereum, it was 0.1 Ethereum last year. It's 0.1 Ethereum now. The only difference is the fiat value of Ethereum is increasing. So people say, do I think I could, you know, how could I make money? I could sell it instantly. I could put it up for sale. Even if I sold it for what I bought it for, just based on the price of Ethereum, I'd double my money at this point. So, yeah. So as far as Coolcoin, the question is there a special fund? No, actually, Coolcoin has like little ETFs that are actually set up for you, and all the ETF is just like, you know, groups of stocks, but they're just groups of coin based on certain different types of strategies. Then you can actually add your own. So if you have a certain group of stocks that you like, you can simply make your own ETF out of those, and you can balance those out how you want to. It's really, really easy. It's very, very simple. It's very, very simple. Simple. So, yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Let me see. Can I do that? Let me see. Try to make you the host. Can I make you the host? Oh no. I'm trying to make you the host, we won't even let me.
It is fine. We
Let's
wrapping
see.
up anyway, so I won't mute myself again. So we can just say our goodbyes when it's time.
Cool. No, did you want to say something before we got out of here?
No, I just wanted to say Bye to the family. Make sure we do not make sure we paying attention to these market caps. Make sure we do not miss this next altcoin season. It's going to be some life-changing gains. And let's just keep growing together. Let's make sure this crypto, we influence our families, our friends with this, because it's definitely the future, is the now, and our best ways of possibly catching up that I've ever seen, for sure.
For sure, absolutely. So if you guys have more questions, make sure you hit us up in the Discord. Make sure you're following us. Make sure you're following at Invested for Legacy on Instagram, at Boss Gang VIP, so you can get this up-to-date information. You can hit us up in our channels. You can hit us up in the Discord. You can hit up the other members again with this Alpha Pack community, whether it comes to stocks and options or NFTs and crypto. We have amazing members that can definitely help you out as well. They're very knowledgeable, so just take advantage of everybody in the community. So with that being said, I think we're going to get out of here at this point. So we appreciate you guys being here. And if you're new to Alpha Pack and you're considering joining, definitely make sure you look into that. We're here to help. And hopefully you find some value. So until next time, we are out.